Hello everyone, and thank you for watching Togetherness TV. I'm Melissa and I am live from Los Angeles. Wherever you are, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I hope you are well and safe. I am so excited to have our guest, Dr. Zeine. She's a psychologist, and our topic is going to be love. Welcome. Welcome,
Hi,
Dr. Zeine.
Melissa.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Melissa. It is so nice to be with you tonight in this evening show.
Thank you. It's nice to finally meet you. I know you're a regular on here.
Happy Friday.
Okay, so the subject is love, and the first question I had is, what is the definition of love?
Well, the definition that we usually see, it's of affection. It's an amazing experience that we have, a feeling of joy, a feeling of connection that we have within ourselves, and we kind of offer it to other people. So it's an affection towards someone, or an object or a concept that we put them in a high importance for ourselves, and we say that they are important for us, and then we offer them our kindness and the beauty that we have inside for them. So that's pretty much the definition of love. There are also higher levels of definition, such as acceptance. Like if you respect someone, if you accept them as who they are, and you like them for who they are, those all go kind of like under the umbrella of love.
Thank you. My second question is, how is love used as a crutch?
Love is used as a crutch in a way that, we're all, there's a high level of anxiety for every human being about avoiding aloneness, loneliness, isolation. Every human being comes, from their mother's kind of womb in that type of a connection, and they get disconnected, and they have this yearning to be connected with another human being. And we are individuals, or humanity is like a herd community. We all need to be connecting with each other and moving forward. So the first experience is the love of family, where we experience the love of family, and it becomes our friend. It becomes actually that type of a love. It becomes our existence. We have to have the love of our family in order to be growing up as a healthy human being. And then obviously we can connect love with our friends and family, friends who are our peers. We go to school, we find them, we love them, and then we become teenagers, and then we have like a crush on someone, and we find this type of romantic love, and then we have children, and we offer our love to our children, and kind of like the cycle goes, and then the love of community, love of neighbors, love of others, and we kind of like graciously open this kind of a love. So in a healthy way, we need love in our life. When it becomes a crutch, it's almost like if I can't feel that I can exist without it, or that I'm nobody, if at that moment I don't have, for example, a lover or someone that's in an intimate relationship, and I don't allow myself to see who I am or extend my love in other ways, then I would use the love as a crutch, as if I can't. You know how you can't walk unless you have a crutch? It's as if I cannot exist if I don't have that particular love. But if I know that I can generate love, and it doesn't have to be a particular method or toward particular someone, then I don't need to utilize it as a crutch. It can be like a source, like a source of the light that it comes from me and given to others, like a gift that it shows up for me and given to others, and I receive it as a gift from others, so that it doesn't have to become like a crutch that I can't live without, or I can't walk without, or I can live on a daily basis. But to use it in a way that is healthy for us. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. And actually, I was going to ask you, how is love used in a negative way? but I think you answered it already.
Well, love can also be used as a negative way, as if, it comes side by control sometimes. That if I love someone, I want to have it my way. It's got to be like the way I say it. They got to be mine. I will get territorial. If somebody looks at someone and it's like, oh, you don't love me, that's why you're looking at someone. And we could utilize that love in a way as a weapon, as if like, if you love me, these are the ways that you would have to do it. And because I love you, I'm going to yell at you because you were looking at someone else. Or we have also a lot of parents who scold and punish and discipline really harshly their children under the name of love. However, it's more like dominance, control, and they want to make sure that their children does it their way. So I think those are the ways that love is used in a negative way. Another way is suffocation. When under the name of love, you constantly want to be with someone, constantly want to have their attention on you, and the minute that their attention goes somewhere else, you get upset, you're very insecure. It's as if like you're suffocating someone under the name of love. So under that name, we could add a lot of different things while we call it, I'm doing this because I love you. I've noticed a lot of times the fear of loss is as if, okay, I went into a relationship and then I'm fearing that the other person will leave me, and then I have this pain, but then it's because of the pain of rejection or letting go. I call that love. And it's like, oh, I miss them. I wish they were here, and therefore I love them because I miss them. And missing them is a component of it. But if I don't accept them, if I don't respect them, if I don't love them, it's just that I miss them. So people confuse love with insecurity, people confuse love with need, with dominance, with control. They can confuse love with all of these things. You gotta realize love is a delicate feeling of wanting the best of the goodness for the other person. And that is where there's a secret to it. It doesn't come with it. The thing is getting involved there is because something else is getting attached, something else is coming in and is muddling the water. That's where there's something else. We got to kind of take away the love from it, offer the love from it, and then take away and clean up the rest. Melissa, a lot of times in the relationship, people keep saying, I love you, but then they disrespect each other. They abuse each other and then say, I do this because I love you. I don't want you to leave. Therefore, I take a stand in front of the door and not let you leave, but I'm disrespecting you, but not even listening to what your needs are. So, when you actually do love someone, you do accept them as who they are, their best, their goodness, their ugliness, whatever it shows up with them. It doesn't mean that you have to like their behavior, but it seems like you're going to love them as who they are and want the best for them. You might still choose not to even be in a relationship with them, and that's okay, because the format of the relationship might actually require something else, and they may not be offering that to you. But you can create that type of the goodness of the relationship. And you can even see that with the love of yourself, right? You can not love yourself. You can abuse yourself. You could scold yourself, or do self-care and love yourself. So you can see whenever you say, I love myself, there's a component of caring in there, kindness in there, respecting yourself in there. And those are the elements of how you can bring love into like a shining place and take other pieces away from it and let it shine by itself.
Thank you. How is romantic love different from love in general?
Well, romantic love, I think it takes another component First of all, it takes a component of attachment, like you become very attached to the person. You want them. It takes kind of an ownership around it. And it also takes on a sexual desire and a sexual energy around it. A platonic love, where we have with our families, or we have with our friends or the community, it's a more of kindness of well-being, and knowing that I want, to have a good relationship in between, and find something that is there, and I will be there for you when you need me, and to make decisions for you or with you, in that it's the best for you. On a romantic love, I think that there's that desire of the oneness, that I'm special, that you're special for me, and I can hold that way of the union of two people together. It's a connection that happens with also a sexual chemistry. It's a lot of fantasy around it, about the being the one, that people unite and kind of like find their soulmate. There's also this fantasy of foreverness, as if like if I go into a romance, I find the one, that there would be a foreverness, and then that's why we get very, very pained and hurt when it doesn't happen, and we go from the relationship completes, and then we go to another relationship. So the aspect of the romantic love has the component of sexuality, and it has the component of attachment to it. But if platonic love, it might not necessarily have a concept of attachment to it. You might be able to love somebody, and they might not even live with you or even live in the same country. As long as you hear their voice, and you send them good vibes, and you send them good thoughts, it would feel like you have love. You also have love of concepts, such as love of God. It's a concept. People don't know, they just assign all good things to an unknown concept, and then for that they hold this beauty for that, or the love of humanity, as if you look at a humanity at a bigger picture as a concept, and you assign all the best things to it. A good human does this, and then you kind of create love around it. Loving your guru, maybe like whether it's your doctor or a guru or a spiritual guru that you have, that again, you don't know them very well, but you assign all the goodness to them, and you hold them very high, and you feel this type of like an adoration for them, as if you only see their best. And so you kind of like hold on to that type of an idealism, and you say that I love them, because every time that you think of them, it gives you a lot of pleasure, and it brings that emotion that you call love. It brings it up. On a chemical level, obviously, love is also oxytocin. There's a particular chemistry that shows up in our body, and it gets sourced, and we feel that kind of experience in our body. Every cell of our body just kind of like gets lit up. People smile, their face becomes soft, their whole body becomes warm, they become open, and it's just light. It's like light and beauty when you experience that type of a love. Sometimes, Melissa, people think that love can only come from outside, like and then therefore, because you received it, you're going to also love someone. And I would think that we can generate it ourselves, because most of the times we are the one who are projecting, assigning, and only seeing the person as loving. For example, even when you were talking about the distinction of the romantic relationship, the honeymoon phase of a relationship is, it's the same person, but at the beginning, we assign all the most beautiful things to them. We only see their best. We refuse to see the other things that we don't like. So it's us projecting their best, and we actually act on our best to bring the romantic relationship together. And then, after a while, we look at also the indifferences and the things we don't like, and we might go into a power struggle. But people can also continue loving each other while they work through all the differences. And continuing to love each other is when I still hold you in the highest ground and see your beauty. And then while we do that, we also work through everything else. and through negotiation of the relationship and moving forward. Many times at the beginning of the relationship, of a romantic relationship, it feels more like an infatuation. It's something that I have in my own fantasy about what love is. And then I kind of like, superimpose you in it. And then I come into the relationship and after a while get to know you, who you really are. And then like love you for who you are versus my own idea of you, my own fantasy of you. So many times people say like the first part is an infatuation, it's not really love, but then when we get to know someone, that's what actual love or real love is. Another aspect of when we talk about like real love, I would say that it's the acceptance, it's the respect, it's allowing someone to be who they are, and holding them in a high standing, and wanting the best for them, and having gratitude about having them in your life. Also, not because you're seeing the best in them, you also are grateful that they are around you. And those type of thought processes creates that type of an oxytocin that happens, and the chemistry in your system that then just kind of like flows and gives you that feeling of love. So love is a feeling, is a chemistry, is a feeling, and it's definitely an action. Because whatever happens inside of us, we got to act upon it in a way that the other person receives it also. So it's an act of love, act of kindness that would also transfer whatever's going on in my psyche and my emotions toward somebody else, and it kind of hopefully lands on them also as love and generates love for them.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Zeine, for being with us today. And we hope to see you back soon. Remember,
you're welcome, Melissa. It was great. It was great meeting you today.
Nice meeting you. Remember to invite friends and family to our app to subscribe for free. Thank you for watching Togetherness TV.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com. Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.